to begin with, what we tell companies that arrive here, we say you need three things to start here at the CIED, okay? And those three things are an idea, that in the best case scenario is innovative or novel, in its approach, something that's going to meet a need that's not currently being met. So that's the first piece. They've got to have energy and enthusiasm for what they're doing. While we can help guide them to some degree and provide them some perspective, at the end of the day, it's still their responsibility to be putting the energy and work behind it so that it can happen. So they need to have that idea, they need to have energy and enthusiasm, and then the third one is that they need to be coachable and collaborative. We're not really interested here in being landlords, or just providing space for somebody. That's something people may need, and there's some resources to have that met elsewhere in the community. But for us here, they need to be interested in being a part of this environment. It's the collisions that happen between entrepreneurs and between our resources that builds the environment here that helps people succeed. It's energizing, it's leveraging each other's networks, it's about the personality here more than it is about the walls or building or desks or anything like that. We have Tuesday group meetings to where our entrepreneurs are invited, and we have some of our resources. And at one point we attempted to split that group into different groups based on technology entrepreneurs and service entrepreneurs and not-for-profit organization leaders. And amazingly, we found that they preferred actually being together as a group. And what that said to us is it's not so much about what my specific technology is or what my product is. It's more about the concept of entrepreneurship and the idea of the mindset that it takes to succeed in launching a business. And that was the benefit they get from each other when they're meeting, is more that than whether somebody can give them a piece of technical advice associated with what their product is. I think probably one of the first things is to talk to people, whether it's here, or elsewhere, to avail yourself of the benefit of some other perspectives besides your own and the people in your own small circle. A lot of times there's an idea that may be close to a good idea, but just because of somebody's own experience and perspective, it's maybe aimed a little in the wrong direction, and that's causing them not to succeed in trying to make progress on it. So when they come here or a place like this, if our own staff isn't knowledgeable about what that area is, we've got access to so many other people in the community who we can call and say, hey, can you sit down with this person for a little while to talk to them about this particular idea they have? And that usually helps people focus what they're going to do, down to something that they can that they can succeed with. So that's the first thing, getting some help with perspective. And the second, maybe most important thing is to not bog down too much or too long in the conceptual and planning stages. Okay, we see people sometimes that have a 20 or 30 page business plan, and they're still analyzing the market a year and a half after they had the idea. And by the time they get it sorted out and figured out, either the circumstances have changed or the opportunity is maybe passed. So we tell people, as soon as it's clear what you need to do as a first step, do it. Do something. Because it's one of those little thresholds. Once people start actually doing something in the business, the other pieces will line up, and we may be along the way tweaking those, because you find out things as you get started and after you get started. But more people fail for lack of taking that first step than fail because they didn't think it through enough. We're going to help them think it through. So we tell people, sometimes people have said to us, I was going to come and see you, but I just don't have a business plan yet. And we say, that's fine. We don't want you to come here with a completed business plan, because the odds are we're going to pull that apart some and help you tweak that. So if you can come in here with a one-page piece of paper that defines what it is you see as the opportunity and how you intend to approach that and how it's going to be sustainable and you know how you can monetize that, we'll go from there and ask the right questions that help somebody expand that into whatever type of a business plan they need. And again, most of the time, you know, for starting a business, you don't need a as complex of a business plan as people think. Now, if you're going to go get funding from somebody, then you need a more comprehensive business plan, because the people who are going to invest in your company, they need a more thorough understanding of how it's going to succeed, and you know, because they're putting their money in it. But for our purposes, just helping somebody get the ball rolling, it's a lot less complicated than people imagine.